Fujiya. Okay, so I was in Omaha this weekend. I found this at an antique store, grabbed it, and we're going to talk about it a little bit today, and also repair it a little bit. But, I mean, there it is. It's a little reel-to-reel. The history of this one isn't nearly as exciting as the history of, like, the Save reel-to-reel or the Freeman Electronics reel-to-reel. I mean, this is basically just a Japanese company called Fujiya. According to this website I found, which I'll put in the description, Fujiya originally started out in 1910 as a cake company, and then in 1944 transitioned sharply to electronics, and then after the war they started making cakes again, until about in the 60s they were both a cake company and an electronics company. They were making reel-to-reels, record players, and radios. They only have a handful of products that came out in the late 50s, early 60s. This one came out in 1958. So it's reasonably old. It's got some tubes in it. I mean, here it is. It's basically just a small portable reel-to-reel. It plays 5-inch reels and smaller. Mine has the pinch roller exposed because this piece of plastic is supposed to be attached. This is all one piece, but I think somebody got overzealous trying to pull this off, and rather than undo the screws, just yanked it off, and now it's broken. So yeah, it's got a little handle here. You can see everything inside. There's your tubes on the side, another vent on the back, speaker over here. Something rattling around in here. I really hope that's like the little plastic nub from over here, right? Because there's one here but not one here. I hope that's just like an extra piece of plastic and not something important. Then on this side, all your important stuff. Fujiya quarter, model FL 555. All your information, serial number, all that good stuff. Ta-da! And then there's also the goodies. This is the receipt from when I bought it. It's not important. Don't even worry about that. Power cord. Interestingly enough, this can only run on AC power, no batteries. That's cool. Little crusty ear piece. Slips over your ear, goes inside your ear, provides an unpleasant listening experience. The classic. And little microphone. Probably just a little crystal mic, I'm guessing, because of how old it is. I don't know what else it would be. It is very cute. You got the little stand. That's neat. That's cool. That's great. And that's just your ports for that are on here. External microphone. You just ba-bam, microphone. Also in the goodie compartment we have snacks and a couple other goodies. This, I'm honestly not sure what this is. It looks like some kind of adapter, but then like that's not a standard size. Like that doesn't fit in there. So I honestly don't know. If you take it apart, yeah, I don't know what that is. So I'm not going to mess with it. If anyone knows, hit me up, because I would like to know. And then this, I assume this is just a little spacer from somewhere inside the machine that fell out. Yeah, all your goodies. Record button that comes up very slowly. I suspect it's just gummed up. Quick stop, which when you're in play, the classic. Rewind, stop, play, or record if you push this button down when you do that. It's got 2 speeds, 3 3/4 and 7.5. Alright, cool. When I found it at this store, it was labeled as untested, so I took it up to the desk and I was like, hey, this says untested. Can we change that? And they let me plug it in, and I did, and I'm going to show you what it's like when it's plugged in. But yeah, play. It moves forward. It rewinds. There's kind of a weird noise. I suspect something might be rubbing there. I don't know. But the main thing for me, and we've got crackle. That's good. It means things are working. The main thing for me is when you hit play, the pinch roller doesn't move. That's not good. And it's actually because the capstan isn't moving. So I really hope that it's just like gummed up and there isn't, something else wrong with it. But I'm going to dig into here and try to find out. So here we go. I assume it can just be more or less lifted out now. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Give me the thing. Give me the treasures. Did I miss a screw? Here it comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. There she is. Neato. Okay, I think that's about all I can do on that side of it. Take the front off. Maybe. Okay, so the capstan turns freely. I am now thinking that it might be missing a belt. Oh yeah, it's got the rubber wheel business going on. A classic. What's probably happening is it's just not getting good grip on the flywheel. Yes, so we've got, here's your motor, right? This is very similar to, well, a lot of companies use this design. Sony used it in a lot of their smaller reel-to-reels. That's how I know it. I've got a Sony 250 that is pretty much exactly this on the inside. So basically, you've got your motor here and a series of wheels. You move to play, and the idea here, there we go, is that, see, that's very gummed up. The idea here is that then this rubber wheel will engage the motor at the same time that it engages this flywheel, which moves the capstan like that. And that pulls the tape through. At the same time that that's happening, this rubber wheel is engaging the motor and pushing against the take-up reel to take up the extra slack. It's kind of a neat design, except when it gums up and it doesn't work. One of the nice things about it, though, is you're not really reliant on belts, because, belts are the root of, like, all suffering in the world today. Don't have to deal with them. Now, there is one belt over here. That's just so this little wheel engages with this belt, turns the thing, is the only thing there. But yeah, no, this wheel design I actually kind of like, and it's relatively easy to do maintenance on, which is nice. Plus, because it was so common, you can get spare parts for it really easily. And that is the most friendly C-clip I have ever seen. Holy cow. Love that. More of that, please. But basically, we just got to lube things up so that it's no longer seized, and it should work, theoretically. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Let's see if it works. Put that back on there. Put our friendly little C-clip back on there. Beautiful. And now, potentially, the capstan turns. Hooray! Okay, now of course we have to test that and like actually plug it in and see if it's actually going to continue to work for us. All right, she's armed. Get to one of these. She hums to life. Come on, Capstan. Come on, Capstan. You're thinking about it. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, Capstan. You can do it. Oops. Okay, so it's kind of working. So these rubber wheels appear to be fine. We'll just clean them up and do a little bit of adjusting to them. See if we can't make it work. Okay, so here's the Fujiya. There it is. I didn't set the camera back up because I'm lazy. But anyway, here's what we did. So we cleaned the pinch roller, lubed it up so it spins, cleaned all this business in here, put some fresh lubricant on a couple things. I found out the problem was that these rubber wheels just weren't getting enough torque to move this big flywheel. So I just kind of cleaned things, re-lubricated things, took some stuff apart, put it back together. This little wheel right here was rubbing up against the motor, and so I just like put another spacer in it. So now it's a little lower, doesn't rub, and now we've got, if I plug it in, play, controller, capstan are turning now, rewind. It's not making any annoying noise anymore. And of course, come on. Can play in both speeds. Just fine. So now we're gonna put a tape on it and test it out. Okay, here we go. I got the all the bits back on except for that bit. I got a tape on and I got the little microphone plugged in. We're gonna see if it works, and we will see if it's doing anything. I don't think that this adjusts the levels, but maybe it does. Who knows? I don't know. Who's to say? Oh. Okay. So that does work. Something is working. When I set that down, camera. When I set that down, it did the thing. So yeah, we're gonna see about that. Quick stop, little pause. That works. So that's cool. Who knows? I don't know. Who's to say? So that does work. Something is working. When I set that down, camera. When I set that down, it did the thing. So yeah, we're gonna. Okay, well there you go. I mean, it's sort of working now. I mostly got this just because I thought it was cool, but you know, it sort of works. It's got all the bits. There you go. There it is. The Fujiya FL 555. Pretty neat little thing. That's it. That's the end of the video. Here's a flip clop.